There was once a man named Gol D who was the king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said. "My fortune is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first. I left everything I owned in One Piece." Bad 4Kids intro aside, there are many powerful people in One Piece that perhaps could have stood toe-to-toe with Roger. That is what we're looking at today. Here are some of the strongest characters in One Piece compared to Gol D. Edward Newgate, also known as Whitebeard, was thought by many to be the one to replace Gol D. as king of the pirates. He and his crew, the Whitebeard pirates, were certainly the closest to attaining One Piece. Before his death, Whitebeard was known as the strongest man in the world. This is due to his mastery of Haki and his powerful devil fruit, the Quake fruit, which gave him the power to create earthquakes and similar earth-shattering effects. Even without these powers, Whitebeard was no fool and was a giant of a man. In his entire life, Whitebeard never suffered what his crew referred to as a coward's wound. His chest and body were scarred and bloody, but there was not a single scratch on his back, showing Whitebeard never ran away or retreated from a fight. In fact, Whitebeard is the only pirate to have matched Gol D. in a fight. The two clashed in a legendary fight, even if it was not a fight to the death. Even in death, Whitebeard will be known for his strength. Even Roger himself had to admit that Whitebeard was a formidable opponent. Before Roger, there had to be someone above him who was fit to be the king of the pirates. Indeed, we just saw that. Rox D. Xebec was poised to be the king of the world. He was not just satisfied with being king of the pirates, he wanted it all. In fact, he was pretty close to having it all as it stands. No one, not even Gol D. could stand against him alone. Little is known about Xebec currently, but what we do know should warrant him to be on this list. While his actual powers and strength are not yet known, he had powerful underlings fan know today. Younger versions of Kaido, Charlotte Lin, Whitebeard, and Shiki all served under Xebec. He was only brought down when the Navy and Roger teamed up against Xebec. Both Monkey D. Garp and Roger teamed up to take Xebec down. It's rumored today that if Roger did not team up with the Navy, he would have been defeated by the Rocks pirates. Xebec certainly was Roger's most formidable opponent in history. However, in the end, the crown was passed and Roger stood as king of the pirates after Xebec was defeated. Moving on, let's talk about some of the underlings from the Rocks pirates that have been shown to stand against Roger. Shiki was formerly under the Rocks pirates, but made a name for himself quickly after Xebec was taken down. Known as the Flying Pirate, Shiki the Gold Lion is known as the first ever pirate to escape Impel Down, the world government's highest security prison. He didn't exactly get away scot-free, mind you. When escaping Impel Down, he had to cut off his own legs. It's a pirate thing. Instead of getting normal prosthetics, he instead now walks on 2 swords, which he uses with great efficacy. Similar to Roger and Whitebeard, Shiki commands a great fleet of ships and is one of the most powerful pirates in his generation. I mean, he had to be if he was to serve under Xebec. He possessed superhuman strength and is a master-level swordsman. On top of all that, he has a particularly unique devil fruit power. He's able to levitate non-living objects at will, similar to telekinesis. While he ultimately lost to him, Roger recognized Shiki's power and status as a pirate. The hero of the Marines, Monkey D. Garp, is the man who came closest to bringing Gol D. to justice. The fact that Luffy's grandpa was able to do that not just once, but multiple times makes him a formidable foe. As I've already covered, Garp helped Roger defeat Xebec, which only speaks more of Garp's power. Even with his ties to the Marines and the world government, he is the father of Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army. Despite his great power and skill, Garp was offered the position of Admiral on more than one occasion, but turned them down to remain a Vice Admiral. His reasoning for refusing such a promotion is that it would limit his ability to do what he wants. And when you're as powerful as Garp, you need the freedom to go out and pick as many fights as you want. An equally amazing feat is that Garp lacks a devil fruit power. However, he does have a strong command over Haki. A classic Garp move would be to throw cannonballs with his bare hands. It just goes to show, you don't need devil fruit powers to roll with the best. To be frank, Kaido is a beast. He isn't considered the strongest man in the world. No, instead Kaido is known as the strongest creature in the world. On top of boasting the highest bounty yet in the series, Kaido is a mountain of a man. Sporting the mythical Zoan-type fruit, Kaido is able to transform into a large dragon that would make Shenron from Dragon Ball look puny. One of the 4 Yonko, or emperors, Kaido is part of an elite group in the current One Piece timeline that stands to become the next pirate king. Along with Shanks, Big Mom, and now Blackbeard, Kaido is so powerful, the world government is not even going to attempt to stop him. And I can see why. With Kaido's immense power and stature, any one-on-one fight is fruitless. Luffy learned this the hard way when Kaido destroyed him in just one swing. Even after going into Gear 4 and unleashing his most powerful attack, Kaido was able to knock Luffy out with just one swing of his club. A true display of his raw power. If anyone were to fight with Roger now, Kaido might have the best chance at winning. Let's move from one Yonko to another. Charlotte Lin Lin, better known as Big Mom, is a woman with an unmatched appetite for both power and sweets. Leader of the Big Mom Pirates. Like Kaido, she fought against Roger when she served under Xebec before she made a name for herself. Despite her girth, Big Mom is equal to Kaido in terms of raw power. The two had previously fought to a stalemate after a 12-hour fight. Big Mom, like other Yonko, has a commanding force. In fact, she has command over an entire country, the whole Cake Island. The place is something out of a sick Disney story as plants and trees talk and sing. It's unsettling, to say the least. This is due to her devil fruit power, the Soul fruit. This allows her to control people's souls and imbue them into anything she wants. It's how Big Mom controls the people of her territory. She taxes them with a piece of their soul in exchange for living on Whole Cake Island. Big Mom's appetite is for more than just sweets. Even Luffy could not stand up to her and had to bail after a short skirmish. Finally, it's time for the last of the current Yonko, Shanks. Often known as red-haired Shanks, he was a pirate apprentice under Roger, and in fact, the only one of the 4 Yonko who fought with Roger instead of against him. Shanks is also the youngest Yonko, which should really say something about his power. Fans know Shanks for giving Luffy his signature straw hat, and was the one who indirectly gave Luffy the Gum Gum fruit. Shanks would also lose his arm trying to save Luffy. Given all this, and the fact that Shanks does not have a devil fruit, he managed to be one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the world. Think about that. Shanks, a man with 1 arm and no devil fruit powers, can stand against the likes of Big Mom and Kaido as equals. It also helps that his command over Haki is staggering. Even early on in the series, Shanks uses Conqueror's Haki to make a Sea King flee in terror. From apprentice to Yonko, Shanks might just be the next pirate king. Anyone who can be as powerful as a giant dragon with 1 hand deserves that much. The newest Yonko, and also the scummiest pirate currently in the One Piece story, Marshal D. Teach, aka Blackbeard. While I would like nothing more than to go off on how evil and underhanded this guy is, I have to concede that he is extremely powerful, and is now even more powerful since taking Whitebeard's place as Yonko. Before setting off on his own, Blackbeard was part of Whitebeard's crew before he murdered one of his fellow crewmates for the Dark fruit, a powerful Logia-type devil fruit. With this power, Blackbeard set out to enact his plans to become king of the pirates. He would form a small but powerful crew and enact his plan during the War of the Best. After Whitebeard was killed, Blackbeard somehow stole Whitebeard's Quake fruit. To this day, Blackbeard is the only pirate in history to have 2 devil fruits at the same time. Despite his appearance, Blackbeard is crafty and clever. He went from a subordinate to Whitebeard to taking his place as Yonko, and he won't stop until he is king of the pirates. It seems his ambition to become king rivals that of Luffy, which makes him an excellent antagonist. For the last 2 entries, let's look to the Navy. They have more than a few members who can rival the power of Roger and other pirates. After all, the Navy did eventually put Gol D Roger to death. Garp is not the only person in the Navy who could match Roger. Firstly, how about Sengoku, who was at one time the Fleet Admiral of the Navy before being succeeded by Sakazuki. Sengoku served as a regular admiral during Gol D Roger's time and knows firsthand just how powerful the man was. He was even around during the time Xebec was in power. He was considered by Roger to be one of his rivals alongside Garp and Whitebeard. Despite his fair skin and glasses, Sengoku is on par with Garp in terms of power. He is among the most powerful people in his generation. This is due in part to his devil fruit, the Hito Hito no Mi fruit, which allows him to transform into a giant golden Buddha, greatly increasing his already impressive strength. Despite no longer being Fleet Admiral, Sengoku wields physical and political power to rival anyone in the current One Piece story. Known commonly by his admiral alias Akainu, Sakazuki ascended to Fleet Admiral of the Navy after the time skip when Sengoku retired. He's most famous, however, for being the one to actually kill Portgas D. Ace in the War of Marineford. Before becoming Fleet Admiral, he was part of a trio under Sengoku. Out of the three admirals, he was the most tenacious and aggressive, and his devil fruit reflected that. The Magma no Mi fruit allowed him to become a living wave of lava. On top of his already immense physical power, it's no surprise that he was able to kill Ace. Lava is more powerful than fire, I guess. His promotion to Fleet Admiral was not universally welcome. His colleague Aoikiji did not approve of Akainu becoming Fleet Admiral. The two dueled for the position of Fleet Admiral, and Aoikiji lost and left the Marines. This showed that even though they were all the same rank, Sakazuki was the most powerful of the three. Now as Fleet Admiral, he rivals Sengoku in terms of both physical and political power. While he might not stack up to the Yonko, Sakazuki might just have the drive to wipe them out. Well, that wraps up the 10 most powerful people who could be as strong as Gol D. Roger. Who's your favorite? Personally, I think Whitebeard was the strongest by comparison. Who do you think is the strongest? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more anime videos. Thanks for watching.